You guys remember Amber Heard's old attorney, Elaine Bredehoft? Well, guess what, guys? She's doing a new interview where she's trying to rewrite history and blame Amber Heard's loss on us, saying that we thought it was Amber's fault because she asked for it. You guys have to hear this. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. I never thought I'd have to see this woman's face again, but here we are, and I have to laugh because otherwise I get so depressed at what the mainstream media and now players in this trial that we all watched with our own eyes. Oh, so many people watched this trial, listened to her evidence, watched her testimony. That is why she lost. But no, Amber Heard is out there still trying to kick back into relevance, and she's put Elaine back at it again for some reason. And Elaine might get in trouble for this, honestly. She's not only defaming all of us, but she could be in trouble for revealing too much about her own client. We're going to get into that theory from DUI Guy. But let's get to this new statement before I get to a lot of the reactions and what this means for Johnny. Look, it's important we pay attention to these things. I haven't talked about this case in a while because I want Johnny to go do his thing. He won. But when the mainstream media comes and attacks and tries to rewrite the history, not on our watch. Here's a new clip from Vice Media with Elaine speaking up about the trial.
He developed this fan base that just adores him unconditionally.
False. That's not why I did it. I'm a fan of Johnny Depp as an actor. I was never some stan of Johnny Depp. It was the audio tapes that brought me in, Elaine. False.
They will blame whoever he might have done something wrong to. It's their fault. They asked for it.
Excuse me? I gotta play that again.
Been wrong to. It's their fault. They asked for it.
Please show me one fan, a major voice, especially in this, anybody in this community who said it's Amber's fault. She asked for it. How offensive is this?
Well, Amber, what did you do to cause him to hit you? You must be the bad person here. And that's the way they thought. About 95% of the social media wasn't just anti-Amber, it was with a purpose to annihilate Amber. There's no way she could have survived this. There's no way anyone could have survived this.
First of all, she did survive this. She's living it up, smiling in Spain at film premieres, apparently doing quite well, Elaine. So what are you talking about? She couldn't have survived this. No one survived. She did. She did survive this, and she still has you doing her dirty work. First of all, this whole idea, 95% of social media, the reason we all were so anti-Amber was because she was lying, and we couldn't believe it, and she was caught, and you were lying for her. That's why we couldn't believe it. We were watching with our own eyes. This mountain of evidence that you brought that you just stumbled over. You were one of the worst attorneys I've ever seen, Elaine. And I know you're trying to, I guess this is why she's doing it, guys. She's got to rebuild her own cred and Amber's because they were destroyed so badly by this trial. They didn't expect the world to get to watch it. They thought everyone would just believe it. And I want to echo, before I get to these reactions, let's go back to Elaine's first interview with CBS this morning, where even they were challenging her. But here was her first reason why it all went south.
Huge victory for Johnny Depp this morning.
Yeah, a major setback for women, for women inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom.
Because?
Because basically what this said, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK. But look at all the women who have no evidence. All these women who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse, they don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you, you're out of luck.
So let me get this straight, Elaine. Doesn't matter if it's truthful. We just need to believe it for the sake of all women. Thank you for making your opinion clear. No, that's not how the justice system works. That's not how it works here in America. That's not how it should work anywhere. Yeah, you do need some evidence. She had none. You keep saying she did. Oh, but the jury was watching everything. Well, why weren't they looking up Amber's evidence, huh? If they had access to phones, your argument gets thrown out the window because you say you had so much suppressed evidence. Well, then why didn't they look at that evidence? It makes no sense. It makes no sense, Elaine. It's ridiculous. And thankfully, all the players are out there. It's so good to see everyone unite for this cause and to bash Elaine, which they've done. Vice dropping a new Johnny Depp hit piece where Elaine blames Amber Heard's loss on you. Notice, and this is an important part. I was going to bring this up, but I wanted to spotlight Tug saying it. Amber has now abandoned the medical evidence narrative. That's true. There was a whole point where she came in with all this unreleased medical evidence. That's the reason why. Well, that didn't stick. And obviously it didn't work because it didn't make sense. A lot of it was just hearsay. It was just Amber saying things. So that's now thrown out the window. And now it's social media and Johnny Depp fans. We did this. It is in fact a clown show. He's right. Dan from Come Geeksum, holy S, they will never let this go. Elaine, she lied to you. She lied on the stand. Her mountains of evidence never materialized. Also, she threw you and your team under the bus. Why are you still doing this for her? Retire, for God's sake. Amen. Here's DUI guy. His infamous reaction will go on forever. There are no new revelations here. That's what what Vice is trying to say. New revelations, an explosive new documentary. Stop it with this BS twisting the narrative. She lost. Johnny won because Johnny was the victim and Amber was the abuser. Case closed. Why are we reopening this? I will tell you why. Amber is trying to appeal to an audience who never watched the trial. And Elaine wants work because she has probably been having trouble finding any since the trial. 100% factual. Larry's right on the money here. That's what's happening. And we can't allow this to happen. We can't allow this to continue. This is not the way. Real RB, we heard our own audios admitting she initiated physical fights. We saw the 6-week trial. This was about the evidence. Proved Amber lied. Social media had nothing to do with the jury. Yep. Facts. Let's not forget what Amber said. They always want to forget. Elaine, everybody ignores this. Well, Johnny hit her. No, he didn't. She did it to him. You always fail to do, well, yeah, that was this one that one time, but he did it. Well, no, we have her on tape admitting that's what happened. And she never acknowledges that he did it to her on tape. She just always says that conveniently off tape, right? Here's Dick Warlock with a clip that I think is very warranted. Again, Elaine, why would we ever want to listen to you? Here's her attempt at trying to bail Amber Heard out of her lies.
I'm trying.
Oh, I gotta laugh because otherwise it's depressing. Elaine, no. I don't want to pile on and hate on you more. I don't want to talk about you, lady. I want nothing to do with you. Ann Silver's an amazing resource who stands up for men. People support Johnny and dislike Amber because of this trial proved Amber Heard is a liar. And you can check out her channel, annsilvers.com, to learn more. I love that Ann still sticks up for this. Love all these people. So many people here on the quote tweets we're going to go through. Sherilyn here. Most people who watch the trial saw for themselves what a liar Amber is. Social media didn't decide. Evidence and a jury decided. Brown Rudnick, how can Elaine be allowed to continue to say he hit her? Isn't this continuing the defamation of Johnny Depp? You'd think. Nobody has been or was asking Amber what she did to be hit because anybody with more than one working brain cell understands that she was never hit. Elaine is actively attempting to textbook gaslight people into misremembering what was happening at the time. 100,000,000%. And we can't let this happen, guys. We can't let this happen. This is how they try to do it. They're doing this because exactly now enough time's passed for the people who didn't watch the trial. Let's get in this narrative and it'll be a slow burn to just get everybody to misremember things. That's the point here. And it's scary. And not on my watch. Pile of S, ha, agreed. What is the point of making this documentary? It isn't going to make people support Amber. She's an abuser. Facts. She can't let go. She was destroyed alongside Amber after their team failed to hide how nasty a person AH is. Shame on Elaine for continuing this narrative and shame on Vice for their absolute lack of integrity. Vice is nothing. They're bankrupt. Nobody watches them. Nobody wanted to watch them. Nobody wanted to buy them. They're nothing. They're clinging onto relevancy. And they know that our hate clicks are going to get it. So please don't engage. Don't go there and give them more clicks. Our clicks will be the only audience they have. So don't engage. That's what a lot of these people are doing. And it's frustrating. It's beyond scary what they're doing. I want to go to one more thing here from Larry DUI guy before I pivot to some other information here. Elaine is on very thin ice. She just said in that little clip on Vice, well, Amber, what did you do to make him hit you? Talking about Johnny. First, Johnny never hit Amber, and that was 100% confirmed through the jury trial in Virginia and the jury verdict against Amber. Second, those words, well, Amber, what did you do, has a very negative connotation and paints Amber, Elaine's former client, whom she represented in court, in a very bad light. Elaine is potentially disparaging a former client and could be in violation of American Bar Association Rule 1.9, duties to former clients. A lawyer who has formally represented a client in a matter whose present or former firm has formally represented a client in a matter shall not therefore use information related to the representation to the disadvantage of a former client or reveal information relating to the representation. Elaine could be suspended or disbarred for this interview, depending on what else she says. Some people have said she is retiring. I'm not sure if this is a fact or not, but it is possible. Is she going to go out with a bang? I guess we'll find out on Vice interview Wednesday, but this is really, really bad. Now, look, I am going to keep an eye on this interview. I will keep you posted and we'll see what else she says. I would not be mad if she got disbarred at all. But that's where we stand on things. There's a lot of bad press out there coming out. Hollywood Reporter, all the trades are always trying to remind everybody of Johnny Depp's bromance with the Saudis, but they always fail to mention how much money they've actually taken. Jay Penske, who owns the Hollywood Reporter, literally taking hundreds of millions of dollars in investments from Saudi Arabia funds. I don't understand. Everybody in Hollywood is doing this. Everybody in Hollywood's doing this. Say what you want about it, but there's this weird piece of everybody trying to get to Johnny again. And again, not on my watch. And there's one more thing I do want to alert out there. Here's Jax. Jax just announced, and I confirm, I support Jax, and I know she knows Adam. And yes, she confirmed this. So yes, I can say Adam Waldman is also back online, guys. What does this mean? All I can say is stay tuned. I am very curious to see what Adam has in store for us all. I am here to listen. I'm going to be patient, unlike some in the community. Let's hear him out. Let's hear what this is. And if something does come out that's juicy or is worthy of reporting on, we will be sure to let you guys know. But it looks like this case is not sadly over. It looks like people will continue to try to rewrite the history of this. And it looks like there might be some more information coming out at all. So stay tuned. Do you want us to still keep covering this? Let me know down below. And if you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell for all alerts, smash the like button as well, and leave your comments down below. What do you think of this? Are you surprised the mainstream media is back to their ways, trying to spin Johnny Depp's victory from him? Well, not on our watch, right, guys? Let's do this. Stay tuned. Please support this, share the video, get the word out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.